Being a hero in Final Fantasy XIV means carrying the weight of impossible choices. But what happens when the heroes who saved this world 100 years ago return as corrupted, immortal monsters? Today we're diving into the past and stand shoulder to shoulder with Ardbert in his absolute prime as we witness the exact moment a legend began their descent to darkness. The tall dark stranger is regarding you with a mixture of curiosity and approval. Can't say I've chatted with you before. Think I'd remember if I had. Seen your fair share of fighting, have you? And wary besides, huh? Rest assured, I've no secret designs. Name's Granson. Bounty hunter by trade. Mostly Sin Eaters. I couldn't care less who you are or what you've done. The only thing I'm looking for these days is a like-minded partner. Someone willing to join me in the hunt for the biggest prize this size of Norrøn. Dikaiosyne's the fiend I'm after. One of the so-called cardinal virtues, as folks are wont to call them. There were hopes that somehow the death of Vorthri and the Wardens might have put an end to Dikaiosyne, but alas, no. Seems the rules that bind other Sin Eaters don't apply to the virtues. Former Wardens of Light, these esteemed heroes who saved the realm a century ago. Dear old Brandon was one of them, I'm told. Stop me if you've heard this all before. Whoa. Yeah, so this is... Okay, so yeah, we've met you before. Anyway, like his comrades, Brandon died in the process, only to return relatively recently as a Sin Eater, the better to torment we few who survived their mercy. Needless to say, I aim to put an end to all of that. You've heard the pitch, so what's the answer? You interested in hunting Dikaiosyne with me? Then let us be about it. Before you ask, I've no intention of leading us into the wilds without even an inkling of Dikaiosyne's whereabouts. Norvrand may not be a particularly large realm, even before the flood, but it'd take us a dozen lifetimes to scour every nook and cranny. So we'll start by asking around a place that I know for a fact Dikaiosyne has attacked before. The village of Rite, in Kalusha. While I don't have reason to believe that he will return, I'd like to think that the survivors might know something of value. After all, you can be sure that they haven't forgotten the day that bastard came through. So let us be off then. Uh-oh. What did he do? How bad was it? Welcome to Rite. I reckon it might not seem like much to you, but to me... Never mind. We'll save that conversation for after. Tracking down Dikaiosyne is what matters right now. Let's split up and ask after the bastard. Better odds of turning up useful information that way, I'd wager. Granson from here? What do you want with me? The Sin Eater? The one that came and killed everyone? Oh gods, is he here? Why are you talking about him? Oh, I knew I should have stayed inside. There's nothing but death out here now. Death and horror and eaters and... Shit, dude. I thought I had MSQ PTSD. I'm sorry for bringing it up. Okay, as much as I love the new mount, it's actually a little bit insensitive for right now. No, I missed this mount. Well, learn anything worth sharing? I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. What we saw that day, what he did to us. There's no moving on from that. I was born and raised in Rite. Lacking any real prospects, I eked out a living as a hunter. Might have tried my hand at something more exciting had I not also been trying to provide for the love of my life, Melinda. It was about a year ago that she accepted a commission from this Yulmoran trader. Bloke dealt mostly in antiques, and he had this bracelet in need of restoration. Bloody old with a questionable provenance, but supposedly it once belonged to royalty or some such. The Fangs of Orthus, he called it. Me and her had been talking about tying the proverbial knot, buying land, building a home, that sort of thing. Around here, that might not take much, but it was... Around here, it might not take much, but it was still a lot more than we had. So, when the trader made his offer, she didn't hesitate to say yes. I'd gone down to the shipyards to pick up extra tools and materials she needed for the work. Quality stuff, but it paid for itself 10 times over. When I got back to Rite, Dikaiosyne had been busy. I spied at least a dozen newborn eaters fluttering about, trying to make sense of their new lot. The grandmother who lived next door and shared the fruits of her orchard with us. The gruff woodsman who brought the wood fire to our doorstep in the dead of winter. Both of them reduced to mindless fiends, just like that. There wasn't time to mourn or to think. I started looking for Melinda. And there she was, alive and well. Our eyes met and we knew it was going to be alright. We ran for each other, and even now, a year later, it doesn't feel real. One moment she was there, right there in front of me. And the next, she was... Dikaiosyne knelt and took the fangs of Orthus, then left, leading a host of sin eaters out of right. But Melinda, I still couldn't see her as anything else. She wouldn't budge. She just hovered there and stared, waiting for me to end it. Well, I could never say no to her, not once in the years that we'd been together. All the times she'd welcome me home with a bowl of hot stew, all the times she laughed at my crude jokes and gave me counsel when I was losing my way. For all that and more, I killed her. I swore then and there I'd have my vengeance. Dikaiosyne would die by my hand. I carved the scars in my flesh to mirror the ones he left on my soul, an enduring reminder of the vow that I would never dare stray from the path. There, all done. No need to wallow in it. I wouldn't want my tragic yet trite tale to put you off our hunt. Deal with me to the end, sinner. That's the spirit. Still, I have some unfinished business here, so if you could give me a moment before we resume, I'd be most grateful. Damn. My guy has been through it. And honestly, a very good way of having me very quickly be on board and motivated to help him put the Dikaiosyne down. Sorry to have kept you waiting, sinner. Why'd you keep calling me that? Do you know that I'm full of corrupted light? I'm sure you're eager to get back to it as I am. Trouble is, in your absence, I've failed to turn up any information as to the whereabouts of Dikaiosyne. There is one line of inquiry I've yet to pursue, though. The fangs of Orthus. The bracelet my beloved was supposed to restore, and that the Eater took with him when he left right. Sin Eaters are mindless fiends driven only by base instinct. Everyone knows that. They've no need for worldly possessions. Yet Dikaiosyne took that bracelet anyway, which can only mean that there's something unique about this particular antique. Or the sinless bastard is somehow different from the rest of his ilk. Either way, I think we need to learn more about the fangs of Orthus, and I know just the man to ask. The Yulmoran trader who commissioned Melinda's services. And what do I owe the pleasure that is your company? The fangs of Orthus, you say? How very interesting. I should be glad to tell you everything that I know, under the assumption that should you recover it, you will see it return to its rightful owner at once. I purchased the bracelet from a travelling peddler who claimed it was a relic of Ardbert, that glorious kingdom that fell with a flood like so many others. He spoke true from what I could tell, and I intended to sell it to a collector here for a tidy profit, after having it properly restored by an artisan in right. Alas, she was one of the several casualties of a Sin Eater attack, during which the fangs of Orthus mysteriously vanished. I have, of course, been keeping in touch with several contacts on the off chance that the thief might attempt to sell it. They have not, regrettably, but a piece of similar design did resurface in Maud's soak, I'm told. I was planning to dispatch an agent to investigate, but you seem more than capable of fulfilling that role. As for incentive, you may rest assured that any information that aids me in the acquisition of the fangs of Orthus or similar relics will be well rewarded. There's absolutely no shot I'm going to tell you anything about if I find the fangs or if I get the fangs. Nope. No such thing as a thing without value. That's the creed of these folk. We'll find no shortage of verberite trinkets here. Finding the right one, on the other hand, is the challenge. I say, divide and conquer as before. Okie dokie. As long as I haven't got to eat any more jars of worms, I am fine with that. Yes, do you have business with me, traveller? Ah, the verberite choker. Is that what all the fuss is about? Then you're in luck, for my husband has yet to sell it. Once we realised how valuable it was, though, he insisted on carrying it with him at all times. If you're not willing to wait for him to return, you could try finding him at the ruins where he's scavenging for relics. They're not far. Mercy! Mercy! Well, shit. Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Please, I beg of you. Ah! Yo. He's got red eyes. And he's got this shadowy aura. Oh. Piece of candy. Yeah, he looks pretty savage. Hold on a minute. That's not normal. That's not fucking normal. Oh no, they're shouting, please. Oh man. Now? Seriously? Now? Now's when you want to... Piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, because he was a coward in the end. He's forgiven cowardice. Shame you missed the fun. This one bit off more than it could chew. Probably because it was a newborn. You can tell by the lingering vestiges of intelligence and self. You can see it in their eyes. Like when Dikaiosyne... Don't tell me. You saw him? Yeah, he did like an Asian teleport. It was nuts. Wicked white, and he took the choker too. Damn it. Damn it all. He can't keep getting away with it. He just can't keep getting away with it. It's just like, right. I was too late to save him. Just like I was too late to save her. Not again. Never again. I'll hunt you to the ends of the world, Dikaiosyne. Vengeance will be mine. Right, yes. Neither the time nor the place. More eaters could be about. It's just, every time I cut one down, it reminds me of my first. Of her. My man is going through it. Hey there, sinner. I broke the bad news to the widow of that scavenger while you're away. She took it about as well as you'd expect. After she cried herself hoarse, I started asking her about the choker, where her husband got it. Damned if I know why, but at this point there's no denying that Dikaiosyne's been hunting the royal relics. And so, assuming he hasn't already claimed the third one, the claws of Orthos, then I say we should get our hands on it first and then use it to lure him out of hiding. But to that end, we'll have to venture into the fairy kingdom ourselves. Those scavengers didn't receive the warmest welcome, and we're not like to be treated any better. You might not be. I'm good to go. Oh, I can actually... Nice! I was away with the Fae for a time. A little bit. Not a big deal. Why does that not surprise me? Well, if you and the Fae have an understanding, perhaps we can traverse their lands without worry. That settles it then. or head to Ilmeg and ask after this Verbrite ring. We're going on a magical mystery tour. Love it. What a remarkably uneventful trip. I kept jumping at shadows, waiting for eaters or foul demons or worse to attack. No, that might be preferable to the Fae, frankly. Still, we're going to have to deal with them eventually if we're going to find this ring. After all, the Numo were part of Verbrite society, and without their help, I'm not sure where to even begin our search. Perhaps there's a village of some sort you can guide us to? I do not know you, yet you seem to know me. Oh! We're going to see the royal family. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. Whoa! It's Brandon! Before the sin-eatering inning. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me you at least learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. 'Twas plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of the enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. That is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn or show signs without hesitation. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Ardbert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weak among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear that to take anything less than the most drastic measure would be to invite death into this castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see that. Soldia. I will not let it be whispered that the Princess Soldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Verbrite soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of this investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high? Yes, exactly. You're their princess. You are Brandon, yes? The new recruit? A rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend to me personally. My lady! You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. He's very determined and honourable. Lady Soldia, I understand. Forgive my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right, there is no telling where our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come. Now, Lady Soldia! Lady Soldia! Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it, and more. Hey, you're right. Yeah, I do that sometimes. The way you are holding your head as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? I saw into your past and into your very soul. Lady Soldia? You saw her with your mind's eye. Then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. Redzy said he saw a vision of you and Brandon looking thick as thieves. You were friends, huh? Know what he's up to now? Brandon is dead. He died a century ago, together with his comrades in an attempt to halt the flood that they themselves set in motion. I presume you speak of the Eater that took possession of his corpse. Dikaiosyne, aye. But unlike most Eaters, he's been doing more than roam about aimlessly. For some reason, he's been hunting down royal treasures of old Ardbert. And he's been killing anyone who got in his way. Is he now? What irony. Even in death, he remains a slave to duty. A knight brave and true. He's a murderer, and I'll not hear it said otherwise. He ruined my life, killed my beloved right before my very eyes. Every night I go to bed dreaming of the day I'll take my revenge. Oh, I see. Truly, you have suffered a terrible loss. But while your thirst for vengeance is quite natural and understandable, it is ultimately misguided. Unusual behavior notwithstanding, Dikaiosyne is nevertheless no more than an Eater. To hate him is to hate the sea that claims the ship, the disease that steals the child, the tremor that topples the home, the mindless force of nature that begets destruction, driven by fragmented memory. Don't you dare make excuses for him. You think I wanted any of this? I grew up on a farm. I could barely wield a sword. And now I've got to kill one of the bloody cardinal virtues. Hate and anger and vengeance are all I've got now. My every waking moment is dedicated to plotting his death. It has to be. It has to be. So just tell us where the goddamn ring is and we'll be on our way. This is how it has to be, Who you have to be? Nay, I think not. You ask too much. Demand far, far too much. And in exchange for what? This I cannot abide. You trying to barter with me, you little shite. Tell me what I want to know, or I'll beat it out of you. Back off, Redzy. I won't let anyone or anything stand between me and Melinda's murderer. Brandon was a dear friend. To know that an Eater disgraces his flesh and his memory pains me more than I can well express. It would bring me great comfort if you were to grant him peace. I should like to share with you a story, if you'd be so kind as to join me at Lygian. It is beautiful even now, palace of forgotten dreams. Before it was Lygia. In the time of Ardbert, it was Grunez Licht. The memory of mine in which you walked was of a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Yo, what the fuck? Are these more mutated eaters? They're actually pretty gross. Brandon, then as a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Saludia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls for one of her investigations. For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Ardbert. I thought I would never see him again. But then one day, he returned. One of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. Lady Saludia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew even closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. Motherfucker. It's always the sneaky, power-hungry court mage. It's him. Brandon. I'm sorry. Oh, I think that was supposed to be delivered as, it's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come. Let's have done with it. It was you, Tadric, do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you. You may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saludia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I've killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my children. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for in noble sacrifice shall you find everlasting glory. This guy's cooked. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Soon you shall know no more pain. What the fuck crazy magic is he using? I was gonna make it quick, for old time's sake, but now I think I ought to take my time. No way! Who am I controlling? Am I controlling Ardbert? No! Oh, that would have been too much. That would have been too much. Woo! This is cool. Okay, let's go. I don't know what my buttons are, but I'm gonna press them all. Ardbert, baby, I'm fighting by your side. Oh, it's so cool to have actually seen something that Ardbert would have been doing as a warrior of light. Meddlesome wretch, this kingdom is by rights mine. Brandon, what's the meaning of this? Tadric, you... But why, after serving us faithfully for so many years? No, don't come close. Uh-oh. I am no servant. No servant. Not of your mother or father or you. Oh, dude. My lady. Gods damn you. Oh shit, that was his last act. Motherfucker. Has he started to corrupt her? Lady Saludia, speak to me. Brandon, my dear, brave Brandon, am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows, even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. Oh no. Oh no. That is well. Would that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Ardbert and her people. No, 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 I cannot. I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. Oh god. Poor model. I should still her for a moment. To your friend, who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. Justice. No. It should be me. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. What? I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Oh man. They've all been through it. Well, you saw what happened? I did. And Granson is not gonna give a shit about any of that, but because we just played through it, I'm now like, oh man. I feel bad for Brandon, obviously, but he's not Brandon. Brandon is gone. That's what Saul said. Brandon died. Dikaiosyne is a different beast. Wicked White. She begged him to do it. Like Melinda. Come, let us quit this place and return to Pleione. Granson, I have given you ample time to consider the path that has brought you here, and where it invariably leads all who walk it. I didn't know what to do after I lost Melinda. How to mourn her, or how to live. I felt that if I put it all on Dikaiosyne, put everything into the hunt, then at least I wouldn't have to think about myself or what comes next. I wanted to hollow myself out and fill up that hole with hate. Forget who I was. And irony of ironies, that's just what the poor bastard tried to do to himself a century ago too, isn't it? Hard men making hard choices. What rot. I don't need the hate. Never did. I'll finish it for Melinda. And for Brandon. And then I'll move on. Move on, you say? I can't live off hate. Shouldn't have made it this far, frankly. And the more I try to reach for it, the more I find sorrow. Pity. Curse not fate, but mourn her victims. Remember the dead as they lived. Aye, something like that. I reckon Redzy would agree. And Melinda, if she were here, would probably slap me a dozen times and call me a bloody fool for acting the way that I have. Or maybe you've been thinking about doing that in her stead, eh? A little bit. Apologies for treating you with such disrespect before, Saul. I'd like to claim I finally understand what you've been telling me all this time, but I'm still getting my head around it. Recognizing your faults is the first and most important step. I will tell you what I know of the claws of Orthus. The ring, together with the bracelet and choker, were 3 relics passed down through the royal family over generations, signifying the owner's right to rule. Princess Saludia was the last of her line, and after her death, they were stored in a sanctuary for safekeeping. However, a year ago, a band of thieves learned of its existence. The ones who stole the fangs and eyes of Orthus? Yes. The relics were concealed with magical wards. I can only presume that once they were spirited away, Dikaiosyne was then able to sense their presence. Even in death, a slave to duty, you said. You think he pursued the thieves out of an instinctive loyalty to his princess? That I do. After all, he was content to leave them be for so long as they remained hidden. Only 2 of the 3 were taken, and the 3rd is still... Claim the claws of Orthus and he will surely come for you. Yes, Tim Gaius is where you must go. Once you arrive at the place I marked on your map, cast this powder into the air. The glamour will fade, and you will see the chest with the ring. The rest is up to you. Thank you, Salor. I promise we will bring your friend peace. With me, sinner. You toss the powder into the air, and as it slowly settles to the earth as twinkling motes of light, a coffer begins to take shape. Here we go. What about the rest of the loot? Take it all. This must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. I get the feeling he's going to come for us. Right on cue. Or we could deal with him here and now. Speak the devil, and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I know your story. I know this isn't you. And I know that if Lady Saludia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon. I promise you. So it comes to this. Let's put him out of his misery. 2 Dark Knights versus a Paladin on a main quest. We're ganging up. It was close. Granson was not looking too hot. Oh, damn it, let him go. He's not your bloody puppet. Ooh. Crystal? Finally. You watching, Melinda? Oh, it's all chipped, damaged. Oh, brilliant. Now and never after, my Lady Saludia. My sword is yours to command. Brandon, he's still in there? I'll not hesitate again. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh, my Lady Saludia. He's gone. And with that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now I've just got to go and find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight. Am I right? Maybe Sul-Ol will have some ideas. Let's head back to Pleione. Is it done? Brandon has been laid to rest? You saw us when we arrived. You really have to ask. No, I suppose not. Oh, my dear friend, I pray you have found peace. And what of you, Grant? Has the turmoil in your heart subsided at last? I suppose so, though to be honest, it felt like I made my peace with him before we even fought, because you finally saw him for what he was and accepted that truth into your heart. But battle was but an afterthought. Easy for you to say, you didn't have to cross blades with a bloke. By the way, I brought you some gifts. Well played, sir. Well played. The 3 royal relics of Ardbert. And Brandon was safeguarding both the bracelet and the choker. Now it's your turn to look after the whole lot. That's what Lady Saludia and her knight would have wanted, I reckon. Yes, of course. That their souls may sleep soundly forevermore, we shall enshrine these relics for all eternity. Now that that's settled, I suppose we should be on our way. There's a detour I'll have to take, but afterwards I'd like to speak with you, back at our usual spot in the Crystarium. Be well, Sul-Ol. Well met, Sinner. I'm glad to see that you made it back safe and sound. Having returned to where it all began, I can't help but think back to when I first came here, thinking only of Dikaiosyne and my revenge. I was so wrapped up in my own personal affairs that I didn't realise I was only pushing others away. Glinyard was the only one who saw through the facade. He's a perceptive one, aye. Took one look at me when I got back and broke into a smile. But enough about him. I have yet to thank you properly, Redzy. I owe you so much for sticking with me to the end. So, what's next for you, Sinner? Yeah. Good question. Can't say I feel at home here or in Rightmore or anywhere else, so I might spend some time on the road. I may not be as skilled fighter as you, but I reckon I'm better than most, and there's always someone in need of a reliable sword hand. Melinda would want me to use my talents for a noble purpose, and helping folks in need fits the bill. Hells, isn't that what Brandon and his comrades wound up doing in the end? So, let's not call it goodbye. Let's just say, until the next hunt. Wherever so you go, may you find shade, Sinner. My man. I still stop in for a drink now and then. Checking up on me, Sinner. It's kind of you. My work takes me all over, much like yours does, I wager. But whenever I find myself near right, I make sure to visit Melinda's grave. It doesn't, I wouldn't say it hurts like it used to. I've made my peace with it, best I can. But she'll always be part of me. The better part, probably. We are approaching a big milestone. I'm not ready, but I know that we can forge ahead together, brave warriors of darkness.